The topic today is women and retirement. There are lesser number of women coming to YouTube channels to learn about money than people reading my blog. My blog has a reasonable amount of women coming, but my YouTube channel has less. So here is an attempt to address the issues. So women and retirement. Women are normally less prepared financially for retirement than their male counterparts. And I'm not just talking about wives and, I'm talking even about single women. Some of them earn extremely well and have created a nice corpus. In fact, I know women who have a nice pension and a nice corpus, they have rental income. So they are very well off, financially speaking, for their retirement. They are very alert to opportunities. They have their hobbies and all those things in place. But that is not true for all women. These are perhaps more exception than regular. So what forces them to have less money? One, normally women earn less than men. It's not just because of gender discrimination, but they study less. So a girl has to be extremely good to be in a competitive environment at home and get priority for her education. Let's say she does her MBBS, but that's about all. The question is, will they allow the girl to do MBBS, MS, MD, DM? The chances are she'll be told, no, if you get overqualified, you won't get married, or some nonsense like that. So women definitely study less than men, and as a corollary, they earn less than men. That is the starting point. The second thing is, women take more breaks than men do in their career. Women take a maternity break, and if some nursing requirement is there, could be her husband's father, could be her father, could be anybody, chances are it is the woman who will take the break and not the man. Right? So that interrupts her ability to contribute, and which means there is a break. So assuming even a woman taking 2 breaks of 3 years to have a kid, that's a 6-year break, and 6-year break at a very early stage of life, at the time when she's not only not contributing, but when she's perhaps withdrawing. Remember, we call this temporary retirement. During temporary retirement phases, you withdraw. Then suddenly she might feel that her children need her, some children with special needs, or some children with sports activity. If your child wants to play tennis or wants to do swimming, there is a lot of sacrifice from a parent. Normally it's the woman who drives the child around to the coach for the training, for the exercise, to the gym, and therefore either gives up the job or takes up a less demanding job. All this again means less money for retirement. The other problem is not learning about money. Women somehow abdicate that responsibility and say, oh, it's my husband's job. Or because earlier it was my father's job, now it's my husband's job, and then it will be my son's job. It doesn't work that way. Women have to learn about money. Just like women have to learn about cooking, right? You don't know cooking the day you are born. So today you either ask your grandmother or your mother, or you look at YouTube channels and learn. Some way you have to learn. Exactly like that, you need to learn finance. Abdicating doesn't help. Largely, this would be the causes. Women also hesitate asking for advice. Is it because there are not enough women advisors around, or is it because men don't understand women? The second part is also true. For example, when a 26-year-old girl or a 27-year-old girl says, I want to buy a house, it's like, don't commit to something big. You don't know whom you will get married to. You don't know where you will stay. So girls find it a little more difficult to commit to these things, and once committed, they may not be able to know how to come out of it. For example, a girl who buys a house in, say, Navi Mumbai, gets married to a guy who says, let's go to Dubai or let's go to Singapore. Who is going to pay the EMI? Because the rent that you receive is far less than the EMI that you're paying. What we call negative carry. You're paying 10,000 rupees EMI, you're getting 3,000 rupees rent. Or you're paying 1 lakh rupees EMI, you're getting 10,000 rupees rent. So that 90,000 gap. and it is always against the EMI, the rent is always smaller. How do you handle that, right? So therefore the girl is not allowed to commit. Girl may not understand enough about equity, so therefore she says, oh, I get into all that, so she doesn't invest. So her starting point, which should have been 23, suddenly becomes 31, because till her husband came and asked what is happening, she didn't invest. I also find many husbands, especially in that age group of 30-31, finding it very difficult to ask the wife what is she doing with her money, because typically she would react, it's my money or things like that. So the guys are also afraid to ask or offer help. That's bad. You married him, you're going to live together. Please understand each other's finances. It's not necessary that only the woman has to understand the man's finances. Both of you have to understand. I know couples where they both send money to their parents. That's fine, but at least know what each person is doing. Once you do that, you will be better off. So largely these are the reasons why women have less money than men have in their retirement account. It can be set right. There is no reason why women should have less money except the fact that they took some breaks. That is unavoidable. But please understand that when you take breaks and you need money, you can always take it from your husband, right?